Winning his first Coors Light pole is our Sunoco Rookie of the Year candidate, Kyle Larson. Sets a track record, as I mentioned previously. He qualifies for the Sprint Unlimited. And Kyle, congratulations, first of all. Outstanding effort. And just talk about it. You know, it's got to be exciting to win your first career Coors Light pole, as a rookie especially, and then also your outlook now heading into Sunday's race with the, leading the field to green, trying to get that first win.
Yeah, it's great to get my first real pole. I got the pole at Richmond, but that was due to qualifying raining out, and we were quick as in practice. So this time we got to beat the rain by a little bit and actually earn the pole. So, it was exciting last round for us. I had some butterflies actually going into it, where I really haven't had any butterflies at all this season during qualifying. So I don't know if I had knew I was going to get the pole if I didn't mess up or what, but I was definitely nervous. So, felt like I hit all three corners about as good as I could and barely edged out Joey, which feels great because he's been fast in qualifying, him and Brad both. So, and they were right there behind me. So, it just feels really good and definitely adds to the confidence for Sunday. I think we did some race runs today in our Target Chevy and thought they were okay. I think I felt like we were about a 10th place car in practice, and struggled with being tight into turn one, and even in our mock run a little bit we were, and there when I went out for qualifying I didn't have any of those issues, so I think we'll be a lot better now in race trim too. So happy about that, and hopefully turn one this weekend goes better than it did at Richmond.
All right, we'll take some questions now for Kyle. We'll start here in the middle with Zach. Go ahead.
Zach Sterniolo from the Pocono Record. Having ran well here your first time around, coming home with a fifth place finish, now obviously you have another fast car. How do you feel going into Sunday with this car?
Yeah, I think, with the strong runs I had here last time in the ARCA Series and then finishing fifth in the Cup Series, and, we have a really fast truck, too, this weekend. I think all those help the confidence for sure, and for whatever reason, I feel like I've adapted pretty well to this track, even though it's not a track where you maneuver around and can move from the bottom to the top. Maybe because it's a technical track in the sense that you do have to. I know I'm not good at shifting, but you have to shift and all that, and makes it technical. So it seems like I've liked tough racetracks, and this is definitely one of them.
Right here, go ahead.
Joseph Wilkins, Speedway Digest. After a rough start to the year, you have 9 top 10s through 20 races. What's the biggest difference been for your team this year?
Yeah, I don't think we had a rough start at all. I mean, unless I guess a rough first race. After that, we were really good. Then we had some bad luck, a few weeks ago for actually a few weeks, and now it seems like we've been back on track and running the top 10 and stuff. So hopefully all that bad luck's out of the way and we can contend for some wins here and maybe get a win before the chase would be great.
Go over to the left, Candace.
Kyle, Candace Smith, Drafting the Circuits. I had an opportunity to interview Bobby Unser recently, and I asked him, out of everyone across all the series, who do you think is somebody to contend with? Who's got the next it thing? And your name was mentioned as the only name, and he compared you to Parnelli Jones and his own Al Unser Jr. kin, but I thought that was really great to hear. Now, I'm not asking to put the cart before the horse or anything, but what does it feel like to hear that somebody, a racing legend, say that about you at this point in your career?
Yeah, that's really awesome. I knew Bobby was a big fan of mine. He goes to the Chili Bowl kind of every year and will sit down and talk to us, and he's got a great sense of humor and great personality too. So, he's a legend himself. So to have him talk about me like that's really good. A lot of people we all look up to say great things about me, which helps me out and helps my career, and it means a lot. So that's really cool.
Other questions for Kyle? Over here to Seth.
Seth Livingstone, NASCAR News Service. Kyle, last couple of weeks you've had good success. Anything in particular you feel is clicking right now that is there to stay? And also, how'd you celebrate your birthday?
Yeah, I don't think anything's really changed over the last couple weeks that have made us run better, except for just the bad luck. Sonoma, we were running the top 5 really the whole race and had power steering issues, and then Kentucky, we were fast and blew right front, and then Daytona's just Daytona. So we've been really fast, I think, the last few months, just maybe just finding better luck now. And then as far as my birthday, we flew here. Actually, it was my manager's 6-year-old's daughter's birthday yesterday also, so we had a little birthday lunch at the office there, and she's actually she's mad at me right now because I got my real girlfriend pregnant, and she thought she was my girlfriend. So that was fun, and I got her a dozen roses and messed with her, and then got her a ring pop, and she didn't really like that. So messed with her a lot, and then flew here and watched 360 Nationals from Knoxville on my my computer.
Okay. Other questions? Anybody else? Let's go Nate, and then we'll go Scott. Nate, and then Scott.
Nate Ryan, USA Today Sports. Kyle, last time you were here, you were talking about the team having you drive a personal car to get used to shifting. Are you still doing that? And with last road course coming up a week from now, it seems like you've gotten pretty acclimated to shifting. Is it just second nature now for you?
Yeah, I'm not driving the Camaro anymore. I mean, I guess we did. We had our sponsor summit last week at Indy, and we were driving Camaros around with sponsors and stuff. So I guess that was a little bit more shifting. But yeah, I've been doing better lately. So yeah, the last time we were here at Pocono, I missed, I think, 2 shifts all weekend. Then Sonoma, I didn't miss any. So I hope whatever's clicked in my brain is helping me, but I don't want to jinx it.
Go ahead, Scott.
Scott Walsh from the Scranton Times-Tribune. Kyle, you mentioned just a few minutes ago how it would be nice to get a win before the chase. Right now, you're sitting points-wise, you would qualify, but do you feel kind of any pressure where or pressing a little bit to maybe get that win so you lock yourself into that chase?
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit more pressure. Each week we get closer to the chase when you don't have a win, because I don't know, the 15th seed, but it's all close in points. So it'd be nice to get a win and relax a little bit. And I think we've been close, really close, and our cars showed a lot of speed pretty much all season long. We just got to find a little bit more, and I feel like we have a really, really fast car for this weekend. So hopefully we can get it done.
We'll go to Dustin and then back to Zach.
Dustin Long, MRN.com. Kyle, with running the truck race, what more do you want to get out? What do you hope to get out of those 60 laps this weekend to help you? And next week, obviously, going to Watkins Glen. So are you going to run K&N race to get a little bit more track time there?
No K&N race. But, yeah, I mean, this track is really tricky. Yeah, obviously, it's a tricky triangle. And, I think the truck is a lot slower, similar to the ARCA car. So it helps you kind of look at the racetrack and see marks on it that help you and help your rhythm. So it's a short race tomorrow, but I think we have a really good truck for that. So hopefully I can learn even more, which will help me for Sunday. It would be nice to run the K&N race at Watkins Glen next week, but didn't really think about that until you mentioned it. So, but I'll run the nationwide race, so that'll help a lot too for the Cup race.
Go ahead, Zach.
Kind of following up on making the chase and everything. How realistic do you see the win coming within these next couple of weeks? Because you've had the speed this year, you've been close a couple times. Do you feel like one of these tracks coming up in these next 6 weeks suits you more and gives you a better shot than another?
Yeah, I definitely think it's realistic to think that we could win. I think Pocono's a good track for me. Michigan's a good track for me. And then we get to go to Atlanta, where I've never raced a Cup car before, but it's a rough, wore-out surface. You can move around. I think that track will be great for me too. And I don't have the greatest stats at Richmond, but I felt like we had a good test there a few weeks ago that'll be good for when we go back. So there was a small string in the schedule where there are a lot of racetracks where I didn't like, and now we're out of those. So I think that helps confidence and hopefully we can get a win.